roll. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise, take off your caps, and welcome to the cage, the beautiful Olivia Oturo for the singing of the Canadian and American national anthem. This put up by full contact promotions. It is sanctioned by the International Sport Kickboxing Association. Your event supervisor is the ISKA National Director, the immortal Joe Wall. Your judges are Rob Mexisa, Donnelly Maloney, and Elwin Roberts. Your referees for tonight are Mike Walter, David Bruce, and John Marconi. Your timekeeper and scorekeeper is Amanda Brundage, and your doctor at cage side is Dr. Shakar Lyons. Ladies and gentlemen, are we ready for our first bout of the evening? It is a welterweight bout in our junior kickboxing division, scheduled for 3 2-minute rounds. Making his way to the cage and fighting out of the blue corner from Stevensville, Ontario, Canada, he's Wyatt the Rhino Shaw.
Full contact, rage in the cage. We're here for Hemlock, Havoc at Hemlock Festival. How you guys doing? We have a long night of fights here with this first one starting off in the junior fight, 135 pounds. I'm one of your commentators today, Dwayne Crespo. Beside me is
Musa Bayena, and here, man, Hemlock Havoc 2026, the inaugural event of the Rally in the Valley. And tonight we got a full slate of fights that are going to be bangers, and I can guarantee you that right now. If you're here, it's already packed out right now. Right now. It's the first fight of the night.
Yeah, we got a full crowd here immediately here, first fight of the night, which always say great things. And come on, look at the environment right now. We have a fighter coming to the cage. Look at cage side, our ringside announcer, Dan Kravachik, with the shoes, the light up shoes. They look incredible. The environment here, just to start these fights, are incredible.
Man, look, I mean, I've always wanted light up shoes since I was 5 years old. So man, he's living the dream.
He's living all of our dreams right now. But as welcome to the cage now, we got Wyatt Shaw, a young fighter. Well, this is young junior fighters. We got full gear, 135 pounds. And just like the rest of tonight, we have a lot of striking today. A lot of kickboxing and Muay Thai today.
Yeah, man, I think these are a lot of exciting matchups that were put on. And I think we're going to see some finishes tonight, honestly. But tonight, the first guy making a walk, Wyatt Shaw.
And he has a tough case for him. Well, every time we look at junior fights, I have to say this. They put so much heart out there in the cage. And yeah, they're one first fight, second fight, third fight. These guys put on fight of the night performances for their first fight. And Wyatt Shaw has a tough case here today with Dom Glow.
And his opponent fighting out of the red corner, hailing from Auburn, New York, he is Dominic Lowe.
Dominic Lowe making his way down here to the cage here for the second half of the 135. Representing Combat Recovery. They have 5 fighters here tonight. This is the first fight of the night, their first walk of the night, but they'll be making that 4 more times here tonight here at Hemlock.
Dominic Lowe is now becoming a staple in the FCP organization, man. And every time he comes out, he puts on a fight, and he improves every fight. So I'm super excited to see what's gonna transpire tonight.
Yeah, let's talk about it. What do we think is going to happen out here for this first fight tonight? We want this, looks like full crowd here to get the fights that they paid for. And I think they're going to get a 3-round war from these talented young fighters.
Yeah, I mean, you see the inner corner of Wyatt Shaw. He's got a UFC coach in his corner, out of Niagara, top team, and academics. So, and T-Shay's, former fighter, former champion for FCP, and there's a lot of knowledge in Wyatt's corner, and then there's a lot of knowledge in Dominic's corner too.
Yeah, this is a K1 kickboxing fight, and out at Dominic's corner, we're talking about more of like boxing style combat recovery. more of like a combination out of Wyatt right now. You're kind of seeing Dominic is really going for some variety and made techniques. Let's just give a little more variety on our side while we're figuring out the first fight. Dominic is a lot
nice
more
way to go forward by Dominic.
He's looking a lot more comfortable on the cage than we have seen him in the past. There's definitely a more experience you see from him a lot.
He's getting an opportunity to control the cage right now going forward. He's got to counter that kick though. Like you saw. Nice body shot by Lowe.
Kind of like get rid of that leg kick. It's really smart by body shot.
Body right there. So, body there. That's a good first round. That's about a 2 juniors there.
1 round down in our action here at Hemlock Havoc. Hey, we're seeing a lot of poise from these young fighters, man. They're not really going in there guns blazing in that first round. It's a big feel-out process, especially from Wyatt. You kind of see him more on the distance side.
So, I mean, when you're looking at it right now, both these guys, you know, they got fights under their belt in the FCP cage. So, and for real, honestly, for them to be the first fighter of the night, that should let you know that this card is stacked, right? So, I think Dom's doing a good job in trying to, you know, get that exchange going in his favor. And I think Wyatt's he's throwing the counters, but
he's still filling out that distance thing. They're seeing a lot of issues from Wyatt right now in the first round. Obviously, great corner out of his team. They're going to deal with it, but they're having a hard time figuring out that level changes of Dominic. How far are we going to be on range side against Dominic in this level? So I'm curious to see how this goes. Big adjustment. Has to be early for Wyatt. I don't want to catch the change.
Wyatt's trying to come forward, and Dominic is actually trying to mitigate that. These straight shots.
Good right hand there by Wyatt. Look at the pressure now of Wyatt. The confidence is definitely on his side. Good right hand to body there. Pressure now. He sees something.
Nice way to go forward right there by Wyatt Shaw. Dominic on the return right there.
Good right knee there by Dominic. Again, I'm seeing a lot of pressure from Wyatt.
Like I said, Dominic Lowe had to start returning on those kicks that Wyatt throws, and that was a return right there earlier in that exchange.
He looks like he just hurt the top of his foot off that leg kick there. So kind of Dominic immediately walked back from that strike off of there for his foot got hurt like that.
Nice straight.
Good time to kick there by Dominic. 10 seconds left in the second round. Good right hand by Wyatt. We got ourselves a fight.
Yeah, we do. Oh, and Wyatt's talking.
Yo, let's go. That last 10 seconds here for that second round was crazy.
Yeah, that was a good last 10 seconds.
One thing I wanted to say is you kind of saw that Dominic was doing a lot good job in the combinations earlier here in the second round. But something you have to realize when you're a judge, short-term memory, you remember big moments later in the rounds than the beginning. So having Wyatt have that amazing last 10 seconds, pressure heavy, big strikes, I could see that winning him the round here from round 2.
Yeah, man, and I've been a victim of that before, and I've lost a round because somebody had a big, the opponent had a big action towards the end of the round.
Third round.
So that can definitely sway the judges.
So just based on that, I will say that I think we won one going to the 3rd round. Good advice out of Wyatt Shaw. They're making sure to really milk the time to keep people talking. So that's a very veteran thing to do as a corner.
Yeah, they definitely could be 1-0 right now.
3rd and final round here in our first fight of the night. 135-pound full gear Dominic Lowe versus Wyatt Shaw.
Let's see how these gentlemen are doing this last set.
I imagine the pace we're about to get about to be ridiculous. Good right hand there by Dominic. I think I'm right.
And I think right now I think Dom has to, throw a kick after. There we go. As soon as I said it, right? He's got to throw a kick after those hand combinations.
And one thing we have to realize now from Dominic, these big exchanges in the pocket, we're still in the pocket. So we have to be first, we have to be last. We can't just throw a 3-punch combo and expect us to win that exchange. Good right hand, Wyatt usually as soon as
that's a nice body kick by Wyatt. When you get one of those kicks, when you can get into the body with the knee and the whole entire shin. Oh man, that's. Right now.
Great time kick by Dominic.
Throwing that teeth there, Lowe.
You're hearing out of the corner of Dominic Lowe, they want that teeth to the face. But you see how close he is. He can't throw the teeth that high, that close. Find distance with the jab, set it up.
Yeah. And Lowe's trying to time Wyatt's guard. Wyatt is holding his guard up and then dropping it down, holding it up and dropping it down.
Great knee by Wyatt.
Nice jab there by Wyatt. Nice straight right there. Nice way to go forward.
Followed up with the body. Followed up with the body.
Yeah. And when we were talking about finishing exchanges right there, right? He's going straight up. And hey, look, they look like they may come to an agreement right here to throw down. Hold on. Oh, head kick blocked though. And that's it.
That is all for this first fight of the evening.
Hemlock Havoc 2026.
We will say this multiple times throughout the show. We are not judges. I do not know who won that last round.
Nah, they don't cut a big enough check for me to judge too, man.
Nah, we're just really close fans.
But if you want me to judge, just cut the check.
But hey, let's talk about this. I've seen a lot of great exchanges out of both sides here in the second and third round. A very close second round, third round. We know that first round, in our opinion, went to Dominic Lowe. So I'm curious to see what the judges are thinking more of the pressure side of Dominic in these combinations versus the bigger moments out of Wyatt Shaw.
Yeah, and I believe, also, I mean, I felt like that first round was extremely close, honestly. And it could have went either way. I'm unsure. But I felt like the third round, Dom kind of put a little bit of a pace.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we'll see what the judges got to say.
I agree on the pace side for Dominic, but again, those big moments, right? You talked about it in past year fights. Big moments really matter in judges' eyes. The head kick land by Wyatt, the big right hand time where you saw the head snap from Wyatt. Those two moments are really big out there in that third round.
Yeah. Send it up to Dan Kirkpatrick.
After 3 rounds, we go to judges' scorecards, and all 3 judges have scored the fight in favor of your winner by unanimous decision. Out of the red corner, Dominic Lowe!
So Dominic Lowe gets the W here. Like I said, that was a good fight to start the night off. So all these people, here at Hemlock, this is the first time coming out to this venue. They're in for a treat. They're in for a treat for tonight.
First fight down out of here, Hemlock Havoc. We got a lot of fights here today. Let's talk about someone, right?
Yeah.
Main event of the evening here today. We have the 205 title, Karam Ali
I need
versus
Matthew
Austin
Nixon.
Sullivan.
Matthew Nixon to go back to the glove table.
I think, you know, in this
Matthew
contest
Nixon.
right here, you got Karam Ali and Austin Sullivan. Both of these guys are good grapplers, you know, and it's going to be a power and a technical battle between the two of them.
This next bout scheduled for 3 2-minute rounds in the 145-pound kickboxing division. Making his way to the cage and fighting on the blue corner, Maverick Banda.
Maverick making his way out here to the cage. In our 145-pound K1 bout, representing Valhalla MMA. We have seen him make the walk before, and something that we saw, I believe from Maverick last time, was kind of like a high place energy, but not really setting up big strikes. So what do you think is going to happen here?
It was definitely a high pace. It was definitely a fight where a lot of exciting exchanges, and he has the ability to do that. So he's going against Skylar Hanna, who's making his debut in the kickboxing side of things, and we'll see what's going to happen.
Definitely loving the walkout here, walking out to Eminem here for the evening. Again, we got a great crowd here. Second fight of the night. We at the Hemlock Fairgrounds. There's a fair outside. There's a food truck 10 feet away from me. I need to grab some of that later.
And his opponent, making his way to the cage and fighting out of the red corner, hailing from Dansville, New York, he's Skylar the Ripper Hanna.
Skylar Hanna making his way to the cage here. Slow and steady. We're here at Hemlock Fairgrounds in New York. Usually we're most of the time full concert promotion here at Rochester, New York. Today we're at Hemlock, which is a lot closer to this small town, Dansville, New York. So they get to make a few walks here tonight. Redemption MMA. This is their first walk of the night. And then they also have the main event of this evening, fighting from Ali out of Dansville. So traveling gives us different gyms. Gives us different opportunities. I'm excited to see these.
Not only the main event, but also the co-main event in Martin McCooligan, who's we fighting Hunter Niswinder, and which I believe is going to be freaking fireworks, for sure.
Yeah, so we get that by traveling. You have a smaller town that might not always make it out to the bigger city. Let's go out to the fairgrounds, meet them halfway, and get some amazing fights here tonight.
Yeah.
This bout is scheduled for 3 2-minute rounds in the 145-pound kickboxing division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, out of Cambridge, Ontario, Canada, representing Valhalla MMA. He stands at 5'5" official weight, 142 pounds. He is Maverick Banda. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, representing Redemption MMA. He's got a record of 5-3. Hailing from Dansville, New York, Standing at 5'11" official weight, 142.5 pounds, he is Skyler the Ripper Hemlock! Referee for this contest is David Bruce.
Skyler Hannah. Never gone down.
145-pound K1 Skyler Hannah versus Maverick. Hold up.
All right, everybody. We're here live on Blaze.co and live on YouTube.com. So, we got this fight, and I'm gonna throw in one more fight for you for free on YouTube, and then I gotta charge you. I gotta send you over to the millions.co. But it's cheap. It ain't nothing.
If you're watching this fight here on YouTube, click that QR code in the left corner. We have another free fight after this, and we'll bring on 20 other fights here at Hemlock. I've seen a lot early like this. Again, the faster pace of Havoc. That pace is really there. He's super athletic.
Right now, there's a lot of movement.
The power of Skyler.
Talking to Skyler a little earlier, said he's more of a boxer. Right? He's coming from boxing, and it's his first time out here kickboxing. So you can expect those exchanges to be more on the boxing side. Nice kick right there.
Good corner there by Skyler. The crowd loves it.
You can see Skyler just by his stance and his movement, he's going to box.
Yeah, every counter so far for Skyler has been with the right hand followed by a combo. We haven't seen a lot on the kicking exchanges, but he is timing that body kick of Maverick very well with the right hand.
Yeah.
Good right hand there by Skyler.
Right down the middle. And that's the round right there.
We're seeing early the power and combinations are affecting Maverick. So if I'm the corner out of combat recovery, out of Dempsey actually, let's get the pace of our power punches. The pressure is there. We're timing the body kick very well. We don't need to check. The return punches are working in our favor. Let's bring on the pace now.
Yeah, definitely. And Skyler's doing a really good job of kind of just closing the distance and playing the distance on his terms. I think Maverick has to kind of get away from starting the combination with the kicks, and he's going to have to box to kind of take a little bit of control. But, I think you're kind of falling into Skyler's wheelhouse when you do that.
I completely agree with you. One way we can get around it, right? We don't want to obviously box the boxer. How about when we throw up these setup kicks? Let's do it on an angle, right? Give us extra time to recover two punches faster.
Definitely when you're somebody who sets up, does a lot of fighting, kick first, you got to play on the outside. You got to play all the way on the outside. Wow, nice exchange there.
A tornado into a right hand is crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
Good right hand there by Skyler.
And I think, when he kind of wants his back right here, he's using the rear kick to kind of close the distance. As a kicker, I like to use the lead leg to kind of close the distance. It's a little more safer, and it lets me get into my boxing right after.
Good time to feed. First kick of the evening, I believe, for Skyler. Yeah, we're seeing Maverick stay more in the pocket out here. Not really trying to figure out that body kick, right? You could do it off the angle. I know it's not something he seems to like more than Muay Thai, right? Kind of stay in the center. You could do it in Thai also. So let's learn switch kicks off to the side. Yeah. Great exchanges from Skyler.
And Skyler's doing a fantastic job at just interrupting the combination, right? So Maverick's leading off with these kicks, like right there. leads off with another kick. What Skylar does is interrupt that combination with boxing.
Yeah, and it's always been the right hand. See,
Yeah,
as
right
he
there,
just
bro.
timed it there, always the right hand. Now, good exchange.
And he's doing real long combinations. That was an Ilya Taporia combination right there when he went over the top.
Last 10 seconds here. Very smart on Maverick there to close out the round with the clinch. 2 rounds down. I believe, I think on the scorecards, probably Skylar's winning both rounds.
I would say just off of the fact that Skylar's been able to kind of interrupt his combinations, been able to counter Maverick, I would say Skylar's up 2-0.
We're seeing a lot of Skylar with the right-hand counter, right? Anytime he sees movement from Maverick, it doesn't have to be a kick. I don't have to know exactly what he's going to throw. But once I see movement, I'm assuming it's a first body kick as he's been throwing Maverick all night. So let's just throw the right hand once I see you move.
Well, I think now we're in a space of the fight where Maverick's gonna do what he falls into, what he's built from doing, right? So he's a kicker. He's gonna throw his kicks now. It's not like he's gonna kind of mix in boxing and stuff like that. Hopefully he can make the adjustment, but he's gonna throw his kicks. But I think he needs to kind of stay away from the big actions and try to land something that's gonna have some purpose and change this outcome.
Third and final round here is 145-pound K1 Skylar Hanna versus Maverick. I believe that you are right, especially in those exchanges. You have Skylar timing the right hand. What can you do to fix that as a time fighter against someone who wants to throw a boxing right hand first? Guess what? The defense for a right kick, the right hand, is the same defense for the right hand. He throws the right hand, throw a leg kick. You're both on a disadvantage there.
Right there, he's doing a good job of kind of just taking that step, and then throwing that hand over top by Bondat. And I think I seen he made the adjustment. Now he's throwing lead leg kicks. When you're throwing lead leg kicks, you give yourself a better shot of understanding the distance of your opponent.
And you're mixing up the timing, right? You have Skylar really looking for that rear leg a lot, and now he doesn't see it.
Yeah. Every time he throws the rear leg, he's getting caught with that too. Every time.
Good right hand by Skylar, leading with the uppercut.
I think Maverick kind of wants to stay within the kicking game moving forward.
Good body kick there by Maverick.
He's got to kind of start his kicks off. Start his combinations off with those lead legs, and I think that would really help him because he's got the kick. He's got the kicks. He's got them all. He's got the reverse hook kicks, the tornadoes, and stuff like that.
He has a lot of weapons. But we're seeing more of a fundamental difference, right, in this fight. Skylar might not have as many weapons as Maverick, but his 2-3 combo.
Yeah, right there. Look, that exchange right there, Maverick closed the distance. Skylar scooted back just a little bit, shot that 2-3. And that was a way better round for Maverick. And I think he played that round way better. It was a close round. He could have won that round, honestly.
I agree with you. I think he did, but also we don't know what scored this round, the other 2 rounds.
Yeah.
We can have a close matchup here, but great progress from both fighters. We're seeing a lot of good boxing out of Skylar.
Yeah. I think we can count on one hand how many kicks Skylar throws.
We can. The answer is 1. That was one flash cheap I saw. But timing that rear kick with the 2-3 combo, setting up that uppercut, and these long boxing combos, it definitely had a lot of success there. Something that Maverick needs to see when he looks back at this is more, how do we land these rear kicks on an angle, but more importantly, if you do want to lead with a kick, like you've been saying all fight, lead leg kick, set up your punches.
Yeah.
We're taking a lot of time here in this judge's decision. That can tell us a lot about this fight that we thought might have been a little bit one-sided out of Skyler first two rounds. Maybe it's closer than we thought.
Maybe.
But to make it official, why not bring it to our ringside announcer, Dan Kirkpatrick?
All right, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards. Judge A scores a fight 29-28 in favor of the red corner. Judge B scores a fight 29-28 in favor of the blue corner. Judge C scores a fight 30-27. For your winner, by split decision, out of the red corner, Skyler the River Hemlock.
Skyler Hannah was able to capitalize on the debut tonight and get the W over a really good Maverick.
Yeah, congratulations on your win there for Skyler and for Redemption MMA. Again, against the post-town Dansville. They have 2 more walks for tonight, but at the end of the night, the co-main event, the main event there for Redemption MMA. That's a long time to go here. We got a lot of fights here at Hemlock Havoc.
This next bout is scheduled for 3 2-minute rounds in the 125-pound junior kickboxing division. Introducing first, making his way to the cage and fighting out of the blue corner, Carlos Hujgai.
Carlos Kowalski making his way here out to the cage here for our 3rd fight of the evening, a junior K1 125 bout, Giannis Maganis versus Carlos. Carlos representing Synthesis BJJ, which is a great gym out there in Rochester, really high-level fighters out there. But I see a corner out of him here tonight is TJ, again, we mentioned here earlier tonight. High-level pro MMA fighter, a lot of knowledge out there in Canada. So excited to see this one here in our junior fight. For everyone who's watching here, Hemlock Havoc, Full Contact Promotions out on YouTube. This is our 3rd and final free fight here on YouTube. Please scan that barcode. If you want to see 20 more nice fights, title fights, kickboxing fights out here at Havoc MMA. Scan that QR code in the bottom left corner, bring you to millions.co for our paper.
And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, hailing from Rochester, New York, Gianni Aganis.
Gianni Aganis making his way down here to the cage, 125-pound junior K1 fight. We have a crowd favorite out here for Gianni, representing Rochester, New York. We aren't currently in Rochester, New York. We're at Hemlock Fairgrounds, but look at them make the trip out here for the young fighter and the fan favorite Gianni. Seeing a lot of experience out of the cage here for Gianni. And yeah, he's a young fighter, junior fight under 18, but he has a Bellator LFA fighter in his corner. That's a lot of experience here for the young talent. And anytime that you're around these like high-level fighters, man, excellent rubs off. Definitely being around great fighters, you tend to be great yourself. So I'm excited to see the debut here of this young Gianni in his junior fight.
This next bout is scheduled for 3 2-minute rounds in the 125-pound junior kickboxing division. Introducing first, making his FCP debut, and fighting out of the blue corner, hailing from Niagara Falls, Ontario, Canada, representing Niagara Top Team, he stands at 5'5", official weight, 124 pounds. He is Carlos Hujgain. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, hailing from Rochester, New York, representing Synthesis Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He stands at 5'8", official weight 118.5 pounds. He is 16 years old. He is Gianni Aganis.
Three-round fight for a 125-pound junior K1 Gianni Aganis versus Carlos Hujgain.
Yeah, and if you were following this fight, man, on the gram, man, it was definitely some chatter between some friends and underneath their poster. So there's definitely some heat under this fight. But I think it's respectful between the both of them. But I think the fans got some heat.
This pace early from the juniors, man. They always want to just throw as much as the bouts again.
You know, you got two good camps in here right now. You got Niagara Top Team out of the blue corner, red corner. You got Synthesis, and you know, when both these camps put out fighters, they're ready to go.
And we got a lot of like great talent in the corner side for both teams as well. You know, high-level pro fighters, and as a junior fight, that's a lot of knowledge they're going to get.
We got Kevin Carey over there in Synthesis, man. He's got a fight coming up on LFA about a month, so he's a staple over there too, man.
Good body kick there. Gianni kind of being back for something to counter, right? We're kind of like have the long guard frame, but really just waiting for my opponent to move.
Oh, that was a great shot right there.
Good combination there by Carlos.
Carlos
good right hand by Carlos.
Yeah, Carlos is doing a real good job of just throwing inside the pocket right there. And
they were seconds away from John stopping the fight.
And I felt like that, you know, that was a close round that whole time, and I think that big exchange right there may have leaned towards Carlos.
One thing when you're looking back, Carlos, you're going to see how close it was for Big John there to almost stop the fight there in the last seconds there. Continued combination going in the last 10 seconds around. That fight almost did not make it to the second round. And from the corner of Carlos too, like, hey, we had a lot of success here in that last 10 seconds of the round. We're doing well on the counter punching, the aggressive boxing, pressure fighter boxing. Maybe let's stay away from the teeps right now and do what worked in that last 10 seconds.
Yeah.
I think he definitely listens to his corner saying more of the defense side for Carlos on boxing.
Nice way to go forward. Gianni.
Good leg kick by Gianni.
Red corner's got 5 minutes to recover. It looked like it was more, it wasn't intense though.
Yeah, definitely not something that we think is going to be intense, especially in the fight, right? Like, there's no bad blood for these kids. They're here to try a hobby, fight for the first time.
Says he's ready.
Back to the action here.
There you go. Nice low, like an ankle kick right there from Carlos, which don't suck.
Yeah, whoever invented the calf kick, I just want you to know I do not like you.
Hey man, it's a staple in my game, man. Love the calf kick. Calf kick's been out for a long time. It was a good run of calf kicks for a long time. I feel like a few years ago. But one of the first guys to really do it was Benson Henderson. You know, if you know Benson Henderson, you can just go ahead and do some research on that guy.
Leg kick there by Carlos.
Nice head kick right there, blocked by Carlos. Now, Carlos is doing a lot of circling, right? So what Gianni has to do is start to try to cut him off. And the best way to start cutting him off is attacking that lead leg. And another one of these big exchanges is going on right now in the last 10 seconds.
I love young fighters when they come out here, man. They hear that bell. They know when they watch UFC, they watch Max Holloway.
And then we look at the highlights right here, man. Gianni going forward right there in this combination right here.
Definitely early in that round, we had a lot of success on both sides. More on the counter boxing, right? They're doing a lot well with the counter boxing combinations, both sides. That's something that Carlos needs to do more of in this last round to kind of get back that kind of momentum that he swung, halfway through the fight.
Yeah, I really think, if Gianni wants to kind of get ahead in this fight, he has to cut off Carlos. That's cut him off. Simple as that. Cut him off and then move forward.
Hellfighters never die.
2 minutes. Give me all your energy. We're seeing a more like Gianni is really trying to conserve his edge for his power punch. Like, hey, there's 1 round left. I will carry you to the back. Get tired. Thank you to everybody who's watching us here on YouTube.
Here we go. And this fight, we're going to say, is brought to you by the original Steve's Diner.
This is that third and final fight on YouTube for free. We'll be switching back over to WrestleFightsAndMillions.com pay-per-views and that mark on the left corner. Well, we're seeing a lot more energy out of Carlos. There's like a second wind of this boxing in and out. Great head movement. Almost like how I feel himself. Get 5 minutes to recover, which honestly, like late in the round, third round. Take all the time you need.
Yeah.
Get your energy back.
Nice hit right there from Carlos.
Good teeth there.
That's a great teeth to keep him away.
And the fight continues. Good setup, right hand there by Carlos. We're seeing a lot more energy left out of Carlos here late in this third round. Definitely the fresher fighter. That is a huge benefit of a long war.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he pointed down, huh?
It's all over here. Our junior division.
Yeah.
Giving us a fight for the crowd here at Hemlock.
And look, man, you got that little baby point down on the last fight on YouTube. That was the last fight on YouTube. So what you think is going to happen over there on Millions.co? So go ahead, make sure you go get the pay-per-view on Millions.co.
We have a lot of fights for the rest of our evening, a couple title fights, and we got MMA later as well. Make your way to Millions.co for the pay-per-view. And hey, who do you got in this fight?
I don't know, this is a close contest. I'm very intrigued to see which way the judges went. They're collecting scores right now, so I mean the judges are still judging, it looks like.
Last time that they took this long this evening, hey, this is only the third fight of the night. We had a lot of close fights here this evening. We had a split decision in our last fight, so excited to see the official decision as our ringside official, Dan Kirkpatrick, is making his way to the cage. So we're just going to pass it on for our official decision.
Here's Dan the Man Kirkpatrick.
After 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecard, and all 3 judges have scored the fight. In favor of your winner by unanimous unanimous decision. Out of the blue corner, Carlos Pujay.
Great win there by Carlos Pujay. That was all about pace, right? We had more the even exchange in the first round, but as the fight got deeper, we kind of seen Carlos moving around more. In and out head movement, setting up jabs to the body. We're seeing a lot more movement out of him. So I believe conditioning won the fight.
Yeah, definitely. I think that was definitely a good fight right there. And the great thing is we got better fights coming up on Millions.co. So everybody at YouTube, man, we love you. And we want you to come over at our other house at Millions.co. So see ya. Come on through.
A lot of fights here this evening at Hemlock Fairgrounds, man. It's a great environment. We're at the fair. We're indoors but outdoors. We got that outdoor feel. We got food trucks. We got a nice little gun range at the fair